بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Honored Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good afternoon and welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you at one of the large and to be as a moderator for this session on how Saudi private sector is driving global investment at the large water event, the innovation-driven water sustainability, to explore together about the water market and update technology, where we are gathering the leaders, experts, and inverters to discuss the future of the global water sector. Our guest today is one of the Saudi leaders in the power and water with more than 12 years of experience, leader major business development, and prepare the competitive bid, built a strong partnership with international stakeholders. Currently, he is a VP of ACWA Power. Please join me welcoming Mr. Khaled Almedbel. Abu
السلام
Abdulaziz,
عليكم.
حياك الله.
حييك ويبقيك.
Abu Abdulaziz, thank you to be with us here to discuss about the private sector and the global impact. Abu Abdulaziz, we have a lot of questions and we try to divide it into 4 sections. And allow me to start with the water sector transformation. My first question about Abdulaziz is you working in both sectors, water and power. How do you see the big change in these sectors in Saudi Arabia over the last 10 years? Floor for you, Abu Abdulaziz.
Thank you, Mohammed. I'm really delighted and honored to be here and be part of the sessions. The major transformation in relation to power and water, we started in Saudi by seeing different power and water projects in Saudi Arabia. Let's say the bidding process and the needs in Saudi Arabia are different than what's happening outside. We think and we believe that every country has a proper infrastructure similar to Saudi Arabia. While you have electricity, you have grid connection, you have water pipelines, where we go to countries and see basically the need of water while they don't have the electricity. So that's happening now, and it's a difficulty that we are observing in other nations and countries, and we're trying to tackle. So going from Saudi to the international market, seeing these differences is a fact that we are facing now, and we're adapting and trying to deliver the needs in other nations.
MashaAllah. Abu Abdulaziz, today we are reaching with the achievement, with the recognition, and our numbers today, we produce more than 10 million cubic meter per day. And there's a many success story. I believe today Saudi Arabia is became as a global leader in the water sector. What do you think the kingdom stand in the world map, and what is the role of our water security?
20 years ago, we started with Shu'aiba. Shu'aiba was the first desalination project as a private sector. And we started from there. We built our capacities and knowledge in Saudi. And we're taking that knowledge as a developer to all countries around the world. We are in 15 countries, and we're sharing these expertise with the international market from a development side. Not only that, we're seeing the Saudi Water Authority also sharing their expertise from a regulatory point of view, so that they have the entire, let's say, ecosystem to support them in relation to the water needs for these specific countries. So Saudi is becoming the market leader in desalination through its developers and through its ecosystem, that we're trying to go outside of Saudi so that they can learn from our experience.
Khalid, when you say Shu'aiba as one of the examples, you mentioned it, and the Saudis, the government support, and according and alignment with the Vision 2030, I believe to be aligned with one of the purposes of the 2030 vision, to encourage the private sector to enhance, to as well develop and invest within infrastructure both water and the assets infrastructure. Do you think this helped the private sector to grow and create a strong, attractive investment environment within Saudi Arabia?
Absolutely. For specifically for power and water, we have a proven, let's say, concept and a PPP regime in Saudi Arabia. We're seeing investors from around the world investing in Saudi Arabia. It's a solid market, robust market. The risks are identified in Saudi Arabia. We've been in 15 other countries. It's extremely difficult to compare international market with Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Saudi Arabia, you go for a project, they will give you the land. I mean, SWPC and the authorities. You will have the grid connection to you. You will have the permits of the environment. You have the entire value chain and all the difficulties in front of you solved by the authorities.
Right.
Just giving you that opportunity to develop. Unlike other international markets where you will find these difficulties, regulatory challenges, several challenges, unlike Saudi Arabia where it's much easier, it's much friendlier for the investors to come and invest in Saudi Arabia.
It's a good news for who looking to participate and to have a business water sectors within Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely.
And yes, and when you say when we come to the water ecosystem, the value chain start leading by MIWA, Ministry Environmental Water and Agriculture, and supervised by our regulator by SAWA, Saudi Water Authority, and as well the government support such as NCB. And we not forget the key role of Saudi Water Partnership Company to support and implement the PPP models, such as the PO and the BOT. How do you see this improve the competitiveness of Saudi water project?
The entire stakeholders you mentioned, MIWA, Saudi Water Authority, SWPC, they share their experience not only in the desalination sector, but we see them as well in the pipeline, in the STPs, etc. So they run the process from 360 point of view.
Yes.
They listen from the market. They share the lesson learned from other projects so that we have full integrated solution that we can adapt. And they just don't focus only on desalination. They look at the entire ecosystem and the entire projects that they have in order to have a set of projects, and they share the knowledge sharing between these projects and the lessons learned, and check if there is any bankability point or any problem that they can solve in order to ensure that our projects in the desalination sector continues and continue being friendly to our investors.
Moving to the section 2 regarding the Saudi private sectors and the global impact. We see, mashallah, today there is many of the private companies start providing and implementing projects expanding out of the Saudi, such as ACWA Power today, mashallah, as you mentioned, working with more than 15 countries. Yes, mashallah, and became as one of the Saudi success story. What is the main reason behind of the global growth?
Basically, we deliver water and electricity at the cheapest cost possible with reliability, sustainability, and we ensure availability to our clients. So that's our key drive, to ensure that we deliver these components and products at the lowest cost possible.
Do you think, Abu Abdulaziz, based on the Saudi Arabia regulation and the vision of SWPC as well the PPP framework, help the Saudi companies such as ACWA Power or other company who expand their service globally, compete internationally and expand globally?
Absolutely. We're seeing countries, desalination is new for them. So as a developer working in international projects, we're sharing our expertise, the water purchase agreement, how the projects needs to be structured, how they can be bankable for investors, how the entire, let's say, chain needs to be structured in these countries. From a regulation as well point of view, don't expect that desalination is everywhere.
Right.
Unlike the power sector. Desalination, as explained by His Excellency Abu Ibrahim today morning, there is a major difference between the electricity and water. So the water sector is still niche, but I believe it's coming. We're seeing cities, capitals being moved because of water scarcity, the need of water. So we believe that it's coming, the need is coming, and therefore, as I explained previously, that knowledge sharing has to be there in order so that we adapt it in different markets.
As you mentioned, the niche of the water can be niche market and for the technology. Let me moving to the shifting to the third section, the innovation and technology, as the main topic in this forum and the biggest drive for the future growth. Abu Abdulaziz, when we talk about the technology such as the AI and the digital system, as well the automation, it's growing today more fast, and how much they can to improve the water sector today?
We're using it in our operations for predictive maintenance. Actually, it's not only about operation maintenance. We're doing it across the entire process in ACWA Power, from the development side, the construction side, the operational side. Previously, we used to do things manually. Now, everything is integrated through an AI, where everything will be projected, it's an easy communication between you and the entire information available with you. Previously, we used to have these information, but it was difficult to find and allocate the needed information. Today, with AI, we can have all these information in front of you, simplified, where you can benefit from these available information to cater your need in the entire process in ACWA Power.
From your background, Abu Abdulaziz, you was before working with the water and today with for the power. We know the water need energy and energy need water. How do you see between the both sector, how to will be cooperated together and to reduce the cost and improve the efficiency within the water assets?
If we're talking in Saudi, we're already doing that, integrating 30 mega watt in our desalination projects, which is reducing the cost of electricity and the electricity consumption, which will ultimately reduce the levelized cost of water. So relying on renewable will drive the cost down. Not only from driving the cost down, that's in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
But if you look at other regions, there is a need for a desalination plant, but there is no proper infrastructure to feed the plant with electricity. And therefore, we need to build an adjacent renewable project to feed that desalination plant. So today, they're both linked together. And we believe in ACWA that they are integrated, and we need to provide both as a combined solution.
Back again to the technology, and we'd see water and sector are in the same driver for the infrastructure. And I believe there is many of opportunity today as the byproduct until utilize it, such as the brine for the desalination, such as sludge at the wastewater. Do you think there is a potential, and what is ACWA Power plan, a future plan in this area?
Absolutely. It's an untapped, let's say, a treasure that we need to look into. ACWA Power is already working on that, exploring magnesium, sodium, several minerals that we can benefit from. In ACWA Power, we have a dedicated team in our innovation and R&D that they are looking into the brine so that we can untap these opportunities.
Moving to the last section about Abdulaziz, I know we have a lot of questions, but now we became to the financing and the partnership. And of course, these kind of projects, such as the IWP and IWPP, without not to grow without the strong financial modeling. What do you think, and as we know, the water projects need a very large, long-term finance. How ACWA Power manage this kind of challenge, and what is the best financing model implementing by ACWA Power in their project?
For the IWP projects in Saudi Arabia, we're finding a strong liquidity in the market to support the IWP's projects in Saudi Arabia. A mix of commercial banks, ECAs, IFDs. So we're exploring all the potential funding that we can access in ACWA Power in order to fund our projects in Saudi Arabia.
Regarding the financing, and when we look to the green financing, became today more common. Do you think might will be in the future as one of the required? And did ACWA Power how ACWA Power responding, and did they use it or implement it in their project?
Yes, we are using it. Look, I agree 100%. It is a need and it's a must that we need to comply with. The ESG factor is playing a major factor, and we're complying with all the requirements and needs for the green financing, and we're implementing it in our projects because that's a source of funding that we are utilizing within the company.
Moving the other part from these sections, the partnership. Today, the partnership is major role in enabling growth, local and global. And ACWA Power have a success story with the international partnership. What is the lesson learned, and what is the add value for ACWA and their partner?
We're discussing with several projects. We have plenty of projects in Saudi Arabia and outside Saudi Arabia. Yes. And having these solid partners to invest in our projects in Saudi Arabia is a must for ACWA Power, and something that we look into to expand our partnership for our projects in Saudi Arabia. We rely as well with these partners to work together abroad, not only in Saudi Arabia. So having this partnership is key to continue the growth in Saudi Arabia and outside Saudi Arabia.
Okay. From the partnership and finally, how do you see, Abu Abdulaziz, the future of the water sector in Saudi Arabia, and what is the Saudi private sector, such as ACWA Power or other companies, need to stay competitive locally and globally?
We need to continue exploring new technologies. If you look at the technology 10, 20 years ago, Saudi was focusing on thermal. Nowadays, we're relying on RO. We just need to ensure that we are coping with the new technology, continue our commitment to deliver water and electricity at the lowest cost, and keep up with the requirements and the needs that are required to develop our projects.
We came to the end, Abu Abdulaziz. Thank you, Mr. Khaled, to great and insightful discussion. And thank you for everyone to joining. And we hope show the Saudi Arabia and the private sector are shaping the future global water infrastructure. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you, Mr. Khaled. And As we have seen, Vision 2030 is not just a national initiative, but it's a global movement driving innovation and driving also sustainability in water projects worldwide. Next, we will have a presentation. It's titled Regulatory Pathways to Capital Mobilization for Water Resilience. The speaker will be Dr. Mahmoud Muhyiddin from United Nations Special Envoy on Financing the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. Please, the floor is yours.